Sat down exclusively last night with former CIA Director Leon Panetta to get his take. But we started with those new reports that Russian hacking goes as far back as 2008.
There's evidence now that Russia has been deliberately hacking our country and trying in particular to interfere with the election process in this country. That is a serious attack on the United States of America. And for that reason, it is important that we respond.
Secretary Panetta, in your days in the Defense Department and the CIA, you were part of a lot of briefings at a very high level. So let me pick your brain. Let me use your wisdom. Take me inside that room as these high-level intelligence officials brief Donald Trump.
My experience is that it's going to be a very serious presentation of the evidence they have. They will be professional. They'll try to present the facts that they have. I think these are the most professional people I've dealt with in the intelligence community, and I think they'll do a good job.
When you look at the people who are going to be in attendance at Trump Tower, the Director of National Intelligence, the CIA Director, the FBI Director, and the head of the National Security Agency, this is the highest level of intelligence in this country. How much of an eye-opening experience do you think this briefing is going to be for President-elect Trump?
When he sits down with our intelligence community and hears what they have to say, I think he's going to realize that this is a very important issue that must be dealt with seriously. He's going to find that, you know, it's easy to tweet about reactions to all kinds of issues. But to seriously deal with our national security and deal with the threats to our country is a business that ought to be done in the confines of the Oval Office.
Have you ever seen a dynamic like this where an incoming president or even a sitting president has expressed such an amount of distrust for the intelligence community?
Matt, I've been in public service for over 50 years. I have never seen anything like this in my lifetime. But the fact that the president-elect is tweeting on this issue and taking it to the public and in many ways undermining the credibility of the very intelligence agencies that have to provide information to him in order for him to be president of the United States. This is just unheard of and unprecedented, and I think we all have to be concerned about this. This is not the kind of bickering that ought to be going on in public.
Let me talk about the tweeting that you just referenced. This is a tweet from Donald Trump in regard to this briefing. He said, "The intelligence briefing on so-called Russian hacking was delayed until Friday. Perhaps more time needed to build a case. Very strange." You don't have to read much between the lines to understand that he is alleging in some way that these intelligence officials are cooking the books and that this is some kind of a scam. As a former director of the CIA, how do you respond to that?
Very frankly, if a president is going to be successful, this is no way to start. The president has to work with the intelligence community. The president's got to make tough decisions. He cannot make those tough decisions without the very best intelligence that can be provided to him. I'm concerned that it really is damaging the credibility of our intelligence agencies and the morale of those men and women who serve in our intelligence agencies.
The president has taken some actions against Russia in the wake of the evidence he's seen on this hacking, expelling 35 diplomats. Donald Trump has not ruled out reversing those sanctions and those moves. What message would be sent if, after being sworn in, Donald Trump reverses the actions taken by President Obama in response to the Russian hacking?
Well, it would be a terrible message for the President of the United States to reverse those steps. Frankly, I think President Obama should have acted much earlier during the summer when we had the first information that this was going on. But the President, to his credit, did take action. When we know that these attacks have gone on and that the Russians are behind it, then it is extremely important for the United States of America to take action against that happening. Because if we don't, then we are literally saying it's okay to attack our country, it's okay to conduct espionage against our country, and you don't have to pay any price.
How seriously do you take the threat from Russia at this particular stage? Is it an act of war?
One of the debates that's been going on in Congress is and in the administration is what kind of cyber attack constitutes an act of war. You know, I don't think that's ever truly been defined, and I'm not going to say it's an act of war, but it is an attack on our country. It's an attack on our election system. It's an attack on our freedoms. And when an adversary is willing to do that, this nation has to respond. And we have to do it in a unified way between the President, our intelligence community, and the Congress.
Secretary Panetta, I really appreciate your time tonight. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Matt.
You can tell he takes this personally as someone who used to run the CIA.
You know, it'll be so interesting to see if Donald Trump changes his tone and approach following this intelligence briefing today, if he'll take things more seriously.
Or if with his tweets and comments he's kind of put himself in a box on this and it'll be hard for him to get out of it.
Yeah, interesting to watch.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.